This is a light novel, supposedly light novel reader, by the way. Like, I don't think Hosen acted this corny in the light novel. Like, what? Koji also still feels like a different character from the light novel. Alright, buddy, let me read it out to you in the book. As he said, don't matter if it's Ayanokouji, Ryuin, or anybody else. Anybody comes bearing their fangs at me, I'll crush them. I'm getting fed up being all caught up in the crazy stupid rules at this school, said Hosen, looking like he was having so much fun that he could hardly contain his laughter. Yo, what's up, TFM Nation? It's me, the TFM Monster here again. So, once again, another analysis breakdown of the episode of Clash of the Elite Season 4. This is episode 7, Plotting. Okay, so I've read all of the 73 pages that's been adapted in this episode. Yes, you heard it correctly. Only 73 pages have been adapted in this episode. Less than 100 pages. Minimal cuts. Almost perfect. They also changed stuff in the anime from the light novel, I've noticed. Alright, so I'll point that out. But first, let me address the elephant in the room. Many people have been saying that this has been a very draggy, stretchy establishment. And seen here in the clips.
Yeah, it's kind of nice that we got the first 4 episodes in one batch, because I can't lie to you guys, if we have to sit like 6 out of the 8 episodes are just like mostly like setup, yeah, it's not gonna be the, you know, the most enjoyable for people.
I honestly thought we would have got the island started by now.
I know, it is kind of, I feel like it is dragging a little bit now.
I think, you know, I don't think it would be if it wasn't Classroom of the Elite. I feel like Classroom of the Elite, often people say that they skip a lot of stuff from the manga.
Or maybe for me, it's like, it's one episode too many now. It was actually fine, and I thought it was like gonna start now, but we've had another episode of trying to still build teams.
Would you have preferred it if they got started with the test?
Like the flashbacks of how everything came out.
Would you have preferred that?
Maybe.
Because I get what you're saying. I didn't mind the fact that we're still here. I'm just surprised more so than anything.
I don't mind it either. It's just the fact that, like, I think I would have preferred if we got it started.
I think we got started and you got to see the teams on the island, and then they show us how we got there. That would be a cool. Maybe they'll still do that with some others.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have beef with these reactors, alright? They have a larger community than mine, alright? I'm just saying that they're saying that this is draggy. And also, looking at the screenshots here on my anime list, as seen here, you can see that this person said that it's feeling kind of stretchy now, that for 2 whole episodes the group selection is still going on. Wow. Alright, this episode was completely focused on the first year strategies and their plan of getting Ayanokouji expelled. Ayanokouji barely got any screen time in this one. No Suzune, no Kei, no Sudo, what the heck. The whole thing of Ike and Shinohara is also left. Brother, we already have an establishment for that, so later on in volume 3 and I think 4, right? Yeah, volume 3. Yeah, we'll get something more of that. All right, so be patient. I don't know how much more time will they take to start the island arc soon. Just get on with it already. You are impatient. See, this is why the anime of season 2 and 3 did not do this kind of adaptation. Now that we are having a very, very good adaptation of the series of Clash of the Elite, people are now complaining it's full of yap session. Again, another person, this episode is just preparation and stuff going on between the first years. I don't really like this episode much, but it's a necessary episode to lay the work even though it's boring. Yeah, okay, I don't know if you guys remember, if you've watched Steins Gate, alright? For 12 whole episodes, it's all establishment set up for what's to come, and that is the payoff of the second half, the last 12 episodes of Steins Gate. Do you guys remember that? OGs, do you guys remember that? You know, OG fans, anime fans, literal anime fans that are not tourists or just getting into anime, who are not bored. You guys remember that? 12 whole episodes full of establishment. And in the second half, you're gonna be like, okay, alright, yeah, that happened. Oh, yeah, he said that. And then this another person mentioned, bro, what is this adaptation? Like, I can't take anything seriously. This is a light novel, supposedly light novel reader, by the way. Like, I don't think Hosen acted this corny in the light novel. Like, what? Koji also still feels like a different character from the light novel. Alright, buddy, let me read it out to you in the book. Hosen is corny in the light novel. Your beloved book. Alright, let me read it out to you. As he said, don't matter if it's Ayanokouji, Ryuin, or anybody else. Anybody comes bearing their fangs at me, I'll crush them. I'm getting fed up being all caught up in the crazy stupid rules at this school, said Hosen, looking like he was having so much fun that he could hardly contain his laughter. So the anime did it correctly. So I don't know what you're on about. Are you fucking high? Yeah, that goes to show you that you are a fake reader. You're not a fan of the series, alright? Get out. And he also said that it's not just PowerPoint presentation. Brother, Clash of Musugi was never about PowerPoint. Alright? Do you guys want this when they're talking? Do you guys want this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard that the first years are targeting me. Oh yeah, I have a bounty on me. Yep. You guys are fucking retarded. Anyway, yeah. That's why you can't watch slice of life, romance anime, etc., comedy, drama anime that aren't action. Clash of the Elite is not even action. Are you fucking high? Clash of the Elite is a drama, psychological, seinen, suspense/thriller anime. Where's the fucking action genre? Are you high? Are you okay? I had to address all these fucking ass fans. And then yap sahur. Brain rot.
Tung 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 sahur.
You guys get that reference?
I understood that reference.
Tung 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 sahur. Yeah. It shows that you are actually brain rotted. Thank you for exposing yourself that you're a brain rotted person. And thankfully someone addressed that Hosen was indeed acting like that. Yes, he did. He says even worse shit in the light novel and comes off as more misogynistic. They actually toned him down, if anything. Are you a light novel reader? But yeah, anyway. Now let's uncover a lot of things in this episode. This is actually a really, really good adaptation. Alright? This adaptation is almost perfect one-to-one with good actual visual representation. Look at Yagami there, looking outside, you know, at the window, and then you see the reflection of Utamiya as well when he came in the classroom. So yeah, I think they changed the setting. As far as I can see from what I read in the light novel, they were talking in the hallway. So yeah, this time they were talking in the room. So this is pretty much one-to-one conversation. There are some slight changes here. Like this. Oh, no. This. Yeah, that one. It was actually Hosen that said that. Yeah. And then they did cut out a dialogue. It was just Hosen saying to this guy, Takahashi. It's basically him saying that, I'll kill you. Yeah, typical Hosen. So yeah, anyway, you can see that they kind of, you know, toned it down and cut it out. And then this one, I like this part. He shoved him to the side against the board or the wall, you know. In the light novel, he just shoved him down, like literally, like that. But in the anime, Hosen did that. So yeah, I think this is a much better way, and plus the setting as well is actually much better compared to the light novel. In the light novel, they're just in the hallway. So yeah, this is actually a very, very good visual representation. And then this one, yeah, also pretty much one-to-one. They also cut out the dialogue of Takahashi saying that he's fine, and Utamiya mentioned that he's not as nice as Takahashi. So yeah. And also good visuals as well. I actually love it. You know, and they also did a lot of character acting animations. It's not just your typical lip flaps. You see? They actually made Hosen like crazy scary, menacing, intimidating with that head tilt, you know, like, huh? Yeah, that's actually really good. Utamiya also, you know, with a slight turn looking at Yagami. Yeah, and then this is the change. This is the change that I thought wasn't actually changed, but this is actually anime original. Instead of Utamiya letting go of Hosen's hand slowly in the anime, Hosen did this. They didn't need to add that. You can see that Hosen is very uncooperative. You know, he is so intimidating. He is a delinquent. So yeah, I actually love that what they did here with Hosen. And they also, you know, instead of, like I said, Utamiya slowly letting go of Hosen's hand, Hosen just shoved that. And then we have a slight character acting animation as well of Utamiya. You know, clicked his tongue. So yeah, that wasn't in the novel. That is completely anime original. Alright? You can see it better that Utamiya has this rage inside of him towards Hosen. He is, you know, he's not letting Hosen go. He doesn't believe Hosen to be cooperative, not in the slightest bit. So yeah, that's why I really like this change. When I read the novel, that was my reaction to that was like, oh, yeah. And then yeah, pretty much 1-to-1. And they also cut this part. Yeah, see, they only let Hosen leave. Yeah, after this talk, there was actually a couple more talk about, you know, the groupings, etc. But it's not really that important, so yeah, it's good. After this scene, actually, fun fact, it was supposed to be this scene already. Oops, never mind, not but it was supposed to be this scene. Alright, the Ichika, Hosen, and Nanase talk. So, if anything, the anime fixed the pacing. The narrative. They rearranged the scene to fit better in the narrative structure. Because in the light novel, after this talk, the representatives of the first years, Hosen left, right? And then next chapter, 5.1 or 5.2, right? Yeah. It was already this talk. Hosen present with Ichika as well. So, yeah, it is kind of like it'll be off with the pacing. Light novel readers are going to be like, oh, it feels so off. Why is the pacing like that? Why is the direction like that? Brother, it was in the novel. Blame the light novel then. But I'm glad the anime rearranged this. This is a good direction, I must say. So yeah, so before we proceed to that, let's proceed to this. So this is, I think, chapter 5.3. Yeah, chapter 5.3. There's only a slight cut here. Oh, by the way, I have to like freaking glaze this shot. Anyway, you've seen my reaction. I pointed out the composition of the shot, and the compositing is really good. The sunset and everything. So yeah. The one thing they cut out in this one is Yagami mentioning that he is a part of the student council. They cut that part out. So I feel like the anime was like, or Kinugasa sensei was like, oh yeah, let's not bring that up because that shit's not gonna be important in the future. So the fact that they didn't bring that up is actually freaking hilarious, knowing what will happen in the future. It's basically Yagami saying that he joined the student council and he has gained information that deserted island exams are different each year. So that's basically it. That's why he's gathering informations. That's why he also asked Kushida about the deserted island exam from last year, what they did. In this one, there's actually a scene here before they went to the cafe. Yagami actually told Ayanokouji and Kushida that they should talk to his room. They should talk to Yagami's room. So very interesting take. But Kushida did say that Ayanokouji is busy because of the Ayanokouji group. He's gonna hang out with the Ayanokouji group with his friends. So that's why they're like gonna have only under an hour conversation. So that's that. And then in this part, before they entered the cafe, it was actually supposed to be full. They were supposed to actually wait before they sat down. They had to make a reservation because they had to wait in line. So without wasting any time, Yagami took the pen and wrote their names to get a seat afterwards, you know, they're next in line. And Kushida, this is actually very crucial, but they cut it out. So I don't know why they did it, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, because do you guys remember this? Do you guys remember this? Piano and calligraphy. Yep. You guys remember that? Yagami wrote down their names from what I remember, and his penmanship is actually beautiful. Kushida complimented Yagami's handwriting, and Ayanokouji noticed as well. And Yagami brought up that, you know, he actually practiced calligraphy with his grandfather. So yeah, that didn't arouse suspicion from Ayanokouji, but it's actually really crucial to deduce that he could potentially is also a White Room student. You know, the White Room student that he's looking for, Ayanokouji's looking for. The one targeting Ayanokouji. So, yeah, that is actually very crucial. I don't know why they cut that out, but anyway. This one is also pretty much one-to-one. The only difference here is Ayanokouji acting like this. Look at this. I made a video about this, alright? This is actually original. This is anime original, by the way. This isn't in the light novel. There are no inner thoughts. There are nothing about Ayanokouji looking at his drink or doing anything to his drink. Alright? In the anime, they made him act like this. Like he is actually wondering about this drink. This coffee. So, yeah, this is actually you know, a really, really good move from the anime. Now, this is a plus, alright? This is why I actually enjoy the anime more than the light novel in this part, alright? But the only thing that I was bummed out about is the calligraphy thing being cut out. But anyway, aside from that, like I said, this episode is almost a perfect adaptation. They only cut out some stuff. Yeah, this is also pretty much one-to-one conversation. You see here, there's a difference here from the light novel. In the light novel, Tsubaki was actually on her phone. It's like she's talking to someone. But in the anime, they did it like this. She was sipping her drink, frappuccino, I guess. And the way she bites down on the straw is actually so creepy. It's so eerie with the OST playing as well. This is good visual storytelling. This is also some sort of foreshadowing about Tsubaki's character. Alright, we got some hints in the light novel, but I'm not saying, alright? But the fact that the anime did this is possibly because of Kinugasa Sensei as well, the author himself, supervising the scriptwriter and the anime staff that they should implement this kind of treatment because of probably some sort of plot or developments in the future. So the way Tsubaki is acting right now is intentional, you know, with her biting down on the straw so hard.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
What did the straw do to you, Tsubaki? And then also looking at Ayanokouji or Yagami very eerily. Like, it's so creepy. That's why Ayanokouji looks at her. So yeah, because in his thoughts, he doesn't know if Tsubaki is looking at Yagami or looking at him. Because in this conversation, if you guys didn't notice, this is a kind of a spoiler, but I'm not saying, alright? Don't say it, comments, alright, light novel readers. But this is actually good that they mentioned it. The names Takahashi Osamu-kun, the one guy from earlier, the representative, Ishigami Kyo, we can assume that's the class leader of Class 1A because Takahashi did say that the leader from Class 1A is, lazy, I think. So, yeah, we can guess that it is Ishigami Kyo that is the class leader. So, yeah, these are the people that accepted the special test, the special exam. And you can see Class B, it was Yagami that accepted the exam, the special exam. And then Class C is Utamiya, only Utamiya. Keep that in mind. Not Tsubaki, only Utamiya. Class D is Hosen and Nanase. So yeah, you can also pretty much deduce who the white rumor is in there. And also, keep in mind, Class 1A, you guys know who is in Class 1A? Ichika. Ichika Amasawa isn't the one in the list as well. She is not, she didn't accept the special exam. So why did she help Hosen and Nanase? So yeah, that's why in Ayanokouji's thoughts there, he was kind of wondering about that. So yeah, it's up to the audience to catch that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the light novel readers are gonna say, they didn't adapt that, yada yada. Bro, the anime viewers are already bored as fuck. Pretty much 1-to-1, like I said. So yeah, in the light novel, the change here, or should I say enhanced in the anime, is Kushida's tone. In the light novel, it didn't mention that Kushida's tone, her voice didn't change. It was supposed to be still kinda, cheery. But in the anime, so yeah, it's really good that the anime did this. This is the power of anime adaptation. Visual storytelling. And the sounds. It's actually really good of how they adapted this. Because in the light novel, it wasn't mentioned. And then, she changed her voice again to the cheery Kushida. See? This is good. So, yes, my memories are still fresh because I just read the light novel, alright? These specific parts, alright? Really, really good. 1-to-1, 1-to-1 again. But, the difference here, Utamiya wasn't supposed to be here yet. It was only Tsubaki. And then Utamiya came in. The difference in this talk is that there's a slight exchange between Tsubaki and Ayanokouji. That's pretty much it. And this is also a dead giveaway from the anime that Utamiya is not a white room student. He is not the white room student or a white room student because of the way he acts. He is so worked up to get Hosen expelled. And Tsubaki is just there calmly, seeing the situation unfold. And the way Tsubaki acts as well. Because, based on their conversation, Utamiya can't say anything until he looks at Tsubaki to give her the signal. If it's okay to say it. And so Tsubaki, so Tsubaki was the one. So she is the leader. It looks like Utamiya is the leader in Class 1C, but it is in fact, like there's a mastermind behind Utamiya. It's like the Ayanokouji and Suzune duo. There's a front figure, but there's also a mastermind behind the front figure. That's actually a really, really good visual as well. And also this. I love this part. Because it also shows the who's the one in charge between the two. While Utamiya is talking, Tsubaki still, eating her lollipop. And also, when she looked at Utamiya, she opened her eyes to see if Utamiya will slip up. That is actually really good. But then, you also see she then, was like, okay, you didn't slip up. Good job. Good boy. So yeah, that is actually really, really good storytelling. The visual storytelling aspect, the visual aspect of this scene. I really like it. So yeah, pretty much 1-to-1, like I said. So there's nothing much to talk about that. It's just Utamiya wants to expel Hosen. So yeah, that's why he wants Ayanokouji to help them. So yeah, because of Hosen, someone got expelled in their class. So yeah, and 100 class points deducted. And in this scene, pretty much 1-to-1, we got a very naughty brat, as you can see. Yeah, this is actually accurate from the light novel. All right, she did, spread her.
股を開け
Oh, Ichika. Yeah, it was mentioned in the light novel, right? Just 1-to-1 adaptation. In this part, this is actually a change from the anime.
試してみますか。まあ、大胆ですね。なんだ、そっちの方も結構いける口。私強い女の子って大好き。そういうあなたも普通じゃありませんね。どうかな。
Yeah. They only adapted the. Oh, do I? Maybe. So yeah, they only adapted that dialogue of Ichika, but there's also a change here. It wasn't supposed to be a punch from Ichika.
試してみますか。
There wasn't a punch in the light novel. It was supposed to be a slap. So this is actually good change from the anime. I might sound like an anime bias right now, but bro, this is actually so much better. It shows that she can throw hands, not slap like a timid girl or just a girl in general, but can actually do fist fights. This is a good hint that Ichika might be the White Room student. Same with Nanase's stone cold face. So yeah, this is actually a good change from the anime. And in the light novel, Ichika actually looked at Hosen. But the anime made her look like a yandere, which is actually in character for Ichika. So yeah, that is the change. And I love the visual aspects here. This is actually so good. The eyes, the close-up shots. This is why I love this adaptation. So far, really good. And good character acting from Ichika as well. This is actually accurate.
七瀬ちゃんがそれなりに動けるのは分かったけど、協力するからには追加でももらわないとさ。
That is actually really, really good because that was also mentioned in the light novel. Like she was actually, wanting more reward, more tip. So yeah, more bonus as she mentioned. So that is actually good. Good adaptation from the anime and the way she expressed this. Like a slit throat, That is actually 1-to-1 adaptation as well because it was mentioned in the light novel. So good adaptation once again, perfect adaptation. And the only cutout dialogue here that is kind of crucial is that Ichika mentioned that if she does help them to, she'll be more isolated in her class because she mentioned in volume 1 that she is pretty much a loner. So if she does team up with Nanase and Hosen, she'll be an enemy of sorts, especially in her class as well. She's already an isolated girl. Why would she risk putting herself as an enemy, not as an ally in their class? Yeah, because like she says, you're picking fights on all sides. If she does team up with them, it's a high risk for her. So that's why she needs the points. Also 1-to-1, and the maniacal laugh. If you think this is cringe, light novel readers, read again, alright? Because you are not a fan. If you do say that this is cringe, that means you admit that this series is cringe then. You admit that this entire series, this entire community as well, is fucking cringe. that is it for this video. I know it's such a long yap fest video because I just had to glaze this adaptation. 73 pages adapted only. We only have a couple more here to be adapted. They only adapted all the way from page 315 to 388. So they have less than 100 more pages left. 90 plus pages to adapt. So yeah, they can already adapt that in the final episode of volume 2. So really excited for this, final conclusion of this volume, because the fans are getting bored of this series now, and yeah, anime casual viewers are really getting bored, So yeah, as much as we say, oh, it's gonna get better, look at what happened with Slime Tensura. That time I got reincarnated as Slime season 3. You know what happened to that? Many light novel readers mentioned that, oh, it's gonna get better, watch it, react to it. They're like, nope, I don't want it anymore. And it's kind of happening with Clash of the Elite right now. Alright? One of my comments actually mentioned it as well, because my friend also mentioned it, that it's a fucking yap session. I promise you lot that it's gonna get better. But what can we do? What can promises do? Will it guarantee that they will enjoy it? No. No matter how much we say, no matter how much we convince them, alright, there's nothing we can do. Because it's their, it's their own opinion. It's their own attention span, alright? Because even if this whole 4 episodes of Volume 2 were pure establishment for the island arc, it doesn't mean anything for the anime viewers. All they want is the results. All right, they will only appreciate the establishment when they see the final result. So this is the bad part. For a series like Clash of the Elite that has a lot of establishments, for a good payoff, it's not gonna be good for anime casual viewers. I will regret to inform you, if you are an anime casual viewer, then yeah. If you've gone this far already, do stay, because after next week's episode 8, it'll be the last establishment. We are now at the island arc. Episode 9 will be the island exam arc. So if you do want to stay, alright, please do. But if you want to quit after episode 7 because of all the yap session and establishments, then yeah, go away. Yeah, I feel like you're not gonna appreciate it, alright? Because us fans of the series will appreciate it even more, especially for the anime viewers that have stayed. So yeah, they will appreciate it even more. These establishments will be even more appreciated. And I also don't like the fact that people are saying, or they have an idea of implementing flashbacks. No, that is fucking terrible. It will lose its momentum. The pacing's momentum will be lost essentially in the episode. Alright? Look at what happens in Demon Slayer. I reacted to the Infinity Castle Part 1 already, but I haven't uploaded it on Patreon because Crunchyroll is not even uploading it legally yet. So, what I don't like about the movie is that there are so many flashbacks. We are in the middle of a fight, and there's a fucking flashback. Don't you ever do that shit, right? Do a flashback if the fight is over or if the fight is about to start. Don't you dare do a flashback in the middle of a fight. Alright? Don't do that shit. Because that is fucking horrendous. There are times where it's a hit. Alright? There are times when it's good. Because in the Entertainment District arc of Demon Slayer, I actually enjoyed the flashbacks. Because it was after the fight. And it was when the fight was semi-finished at first, and there's like some sort of small flashbacks. So yeah, I like those. But if we're in the middle of a fight, just like in the movie of Demon Slayer, that is horrible. So if the anime of Flash Elite does that, then yeah, the momentum, the pacing is lost. You're gonna lose a lot of audience because we are anticipating the fight, and then you'll later find out that, oh no, it's gonna take up the runtime. We're gonna find out in the next episode next week. So yeah, that's my point. All right. So don't do that shit. That is actually fucking terrible. There's a, like I said, in visual storytelling, in the narrative structure of things, there's an establishment before we go to the climax, the good parts of the series. All right. So yeah, have you guys not like learned this in school? It's like in the English subject. So yeah, where we learn about story structures. You know, introduction, rising action, climax, falling action, conclusion, etc. So, yeah, basically that's it, right? So yeah, anyway, that is it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry this is the longest video so far, besides episodes 1 to 4. But yeah, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this one, even though it's a long yap session. But yeah, anyway, see you guys on the next one. Peace out.